you are planning and you are working towards your future as a content creator and as an influencer. So you want to be an influencer? Well, you're in the right place. So, you want to be an influencer and you don't know where to start. Well, you're in the right place. You've probably wanted to be an influencer for a while now, maybe a year, maybe less, and you've watched a ton of videos and have absolutely no idea where to start. Well, this video is for you. I've compiled a list of things to get you started on your journey of becoming a successful influencer and to get paid while doing it, okay? Because that's important. If that sounds like you, keep watching as we get right into it. You're probably wondering, who am I to tell you how to become a successful influencer? Well, I would say I'm a double agent. But on a serious note, I'm Tobi Toshh. I'm a talent manager and marketing manager, and I've been doing this for like the past 5 years. So I know a thing or two about marketing and working with influencers. So welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're not. Good to see you here. Welcome to the family. Here we talk about fashion, lifestyle, marketing, and everything in between. Hit the subscribe button so you can join the family and always be notified when I make an upload. Let's get right into the tea. So first things first, let's get this out of the way. The video is timestamped so you can go to the parts that most interest you. Number one, mindset. In order to become a content creator or an influencer, you have to have the mindset. You have to get into the vibe of being an influencer or a content creator. That's basically being confident, calculating, light-hearted, and optimistic. Those 4 things specifically. These are all very important because they play a big role in your job as an influencer. Confidence. Your confidence plays a very big role in the difference between getting to where you want and being stuck. It's very much fake it till you make it around here, and you should fake confidence till you get confidence. A lot of content creators and influencers deal with imposter syndrome, and I'm guilty of this as well. But one thing you should really know is that you won't get the opportunities you have if you weren't good at what you do, period. When I say calculating, I don't mean some Despicable Me, Disney villain kind of situation. I mean calculating in the kind of positioning you want for your brand and the kind of deals and content you create in order to attract the brand that you want as a content creator and an influencer. You have to understand and have a long-term goal for your brand and your personal growth as a content creator and an influencer, because I as a fashion creator would not be out here creating finance content when I know that that's not my long-term goal as a content creator. Maybe I would talk about finance here and there, but I wouldn't make that my sole purpose as a platform, especially if I'm not out here trying to attract finance brands or investment funding kind of like brands to work with. You have to calculate the type of content you put out and strategically align yourself and improve your quality over time so that you'll be able to attract the brands you want and also get to the point where you surpass your goal as a content creator and influencer. Optimism, lightheartedness, and delulu go hand in hand. This is the perfect recipe for success as an influencer. You need to be delulu to take chances on yourself in this business. Take chances and reach out to these brands you want to work with, and to also believe in your quality and your content in the beginning, especially when you're just starting and you don't have the followers to back you up. In the beginning of your journey, especially when you know you have reached the optimal quality that you feel that these brands would align with, you have to reach out to these brands yourself, because waiting for them to find you is going to be quite near damn impossible, because these brands are not majorly looking out for smaller creators. Maybe if they are, they find people that are maybe like a lot closer to them. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and being an influencer means you taking a lot of shots. Whether you have 300 followers or 3 million followers, you need to take the chance and bet on yourself, especially when you're reaching out to brands and talking to brands about working with you and the influence you carry. Brands are not hard to convince, especially if you have a case study for them. They want to see that you have the quality that they need in order to be able to work with you. They don't take a lot of convincing. They just need you to take that chance. You have to be lighthearted, because in the beginning, when you're just starting out, you get a lot of no's or no responses. Brands will straight up ghost you, especially in the beginning. And it's okay if these brands don't respond to you or they tell you no because you're not what they are looking for at that point in time. It's okay. They may not see your value at that point in time. It doesn't mean that you do not have any value at all. It just means that you're not the right fit for them at that particular time. And that's not a slight on you. You're doing the best you can, and that's all you need to do. You just need to do your best.
I do my best, okay? That's what I do.
2, research. You need to do your research. Research is divided into 3 categories. That's branding, agency, and rates. A pivotal part of being a successful influencer is doing your research, doing the legwork to figure out what your personal brand is going to be, what content you want to create, and what overarching message you want to send concerning your personal brand. This trickles down to the type of brands you work with. For example, a TikToker named Gloria, she has this amazing series called Darkest Shade, where she goes through foundations and complexion products from brands and shows you what the darkest shade looks like on a South Sudanese woman. Not all brands are inclusive. Her call for inclusivity has made brands change their stance on producing complexion products and the wide range of shades that they establish. So that's very important, especially when you understand what your message is, you understand what kind of content you create to cater towards that message you want to pass to your audience. Moving on to the professional side of this business, which is brand deals and brand partnerships. It's important for you to do your research when working with brands because that could make or break the trust between you and your audience. You cannot be selling products that you specifically as an influencer do not use or do not align with, because then the audience will not trust you or trust your opinions anymore, and it will be hard to get back from that. As you go as an influencer and decide to consider whether taking this as a full-time career, there are several parts of the business you would need to understand. For management, when it comes to being an influencer, it's important for you to know that you have 3 specific options. There's self-management, there's talent managers, and there are agencies. So those are the 3 main options that you probably have as an influencer when it comes to management and managing brand deals and negotiating your brand deals going forward once you grow as an influencer. The first being self-management. Self-management is obviously, as it's titled, you manage yourself. You manage and negotiate your brand deals for yourself without the help of an agent or a talent agency that would help you to negotiate these deals. So you do the outreach, you negotiate your contracts, you understand your rates, and then you propose these to the brands and know what you're working with, especially reading briefs when it comes to the content you're about to create and sending in your content for revisions with the brands. The second being talent management. Someone like me who is a talent manager, I manage influencers and content creators, and I manage their brand deals. I help them set their rates. We talk back and forth on the brands that they want to work with, and when brands reach out to them, well, they reach out to me, and then I relay this information to my clients and see if these are the brands they would want to work with or is something they would want to do specifically. And then third one being a talent agency. A talent agency usually is a part of a full-fledged marketing agency, and these marketing agencies manage influencers who they then in turn negotiate on behalf of. So one talent agency that's very popular in Nigeria that most Nigerians don't actually know is a talent agency is Pulse. Pulse is one of the most prominent talent agencies in Nigeria. I'm sure there are a lot of talent agencies in Nigeria, but Pulse is like the most popular one, or the one that most brands reach out to when it comes to working with influencers in Nigeria. When it comes to talent agencies, they either reach out to you or you reach out to them to see what options they have for management of you as their client. So that's something you would have to think and consider and read a contract about when it comes to working with these agencies. Before you end your research, you have to know and understand how to set your rates, what your rates are supposed to be, and how these rates are calculated across the board. The rates of influencers are usually set based on their engagement and their follower size. The rates of content creators are usually set on obviously their engagement, but also the quality of their content, and the rate of UGC creators is just set based on the quality of content that they provide and the brief details. So there's nuance to this conversation because each brief and each influencer has a different rate based on the industry which they operate in. Very niche categories of influencing have higher premium rates. Something like finance has a higher premium rate than something like lifestyle or fashion because of the limited number of businesses in that industry. So these people get to charge a higher premium, which is why an influencer with 1 million followers, that's a finance bro, and an influencer with 1 million followers, that's a lifestyle personnel, do not charge the same way, even though they have similar engagements or similar follower counts. There are a multitude of factors in which brands consider when reaching out to influencers for campaigns, especially when it considers their rates. Some brands will not want to pay you beyond a specific rate, and that's based on their calculation of your engagement rate, your followers, your views, your likes, and a ratio of other numerous content metrics that they would consider to be able to understand where you fit specifically within their budget. I'll probably be making a dedicated video talking about rates and how you can calculate your rate as an influencer, but for now I will be dropping a link in the description for my favorite rate calculator. It's not specifically accurate, but it gives you a general idea of what you should be charging based on your follower count and your engagement metrics for specific types of posts. But this is specifically for just Instagram, so I'll be dropping that in the description below. Moving on to the next thing. The next thing is practice. Practice makes improvement. I know people say practice makes perfect, but practice makes improvement. The more you practice, the better you get at doing certain things. So as a content creator and an influencer, your job is to practice. Continue to practice and improve and perfect your art of content creation, meaning registering for a course on how to edit better, learning how to negotiate better, learning the nuances on conversations within your industry, and learning how to create better content for you as a brand, because you are a brand and you need to represent yourself properly. If you had an employee that wasn't doing properly and wasn't improving their skills while they were working for you, you'd probably fire them. So if you cannot improve yourself, you should fire yourself. You should quit. You should probably leave this job, because your job involves you creating content, which means you need to up your skill every chance you get. Like I say, yesterday's price is not today's price. That means you should constantly improve yourself so that yesterday's price cannot be today's price. Okay? Period. As an influencer, you are first of all a creator. Before you become an influencer, you are first a creator, which means you have to improve your skill set while you are creating. While going on social media, it's important to avoid focusing on vanity metrics. Focusing on vanity metrics like followers, your views, and your engagement won't really help you grow as a content creator, because you're constantly chasing that high of virality. The goal should be to improve your editing, to improve your filming setup, to improve the content that you are creating as a creator. While growing as a content creator, you should focus on the things that you can control, which is what you do as a content creator, not what brands do, not what brands can offer you, but what you do specifically as a content creator. Your videos, your content should be something that you strive to improve, because that is the only thing you can control at the end of the day. Your main goal as a content creator, as an influencer, is to strategically improve the quality of your content with every upload, so that you know that you're performing at your optimum best whenever these brands reach out to you. Make a plan. Make a plan. Failing to plan is flying to fail, and nobody wants to fail. So as a content creator, you should make a plan, you should make a strategy, and you should understand how you're going to get where you want to be. At the end of the day, you're supposed to create a plan of what kind of content you want to create, what kind of person you want to be at the end of the day. Think 10, 20 years down the line as a successful influencer with like 2 million followers. What kind of content do you think you want to create when you reach that height? Start creating that kind of content now. Start creating that quality of content right now, and understand that you are planning and you are working towards your future as a content creator and as an influencer. And not just making a plan, because making a plan is only the first half of the step. The next step is to take action. When it's all said and done, you can't be a successful influencer if you do not take action. Action is the only way to get from where you are to where you want to be. And those little steps all matter. You have to reduce your friction to get to the next step. So whether it's being able to pick up the camera and talk in front of the camera and telling the audience what you want to tell them, you have to make it easier for yourself as a creator to get to the next step. So take chances, take risks, make mistakes on this journey of growth, because you would make a lot of mistakes, but you would learn from them. I'm not only talking to you, I'm also talking to myself, because I'm just beginning my own personal journey as a content creator. So this is my journey of taking myself to the next level of being a content creator and an influencer. So you should also work towards taking action and getting yourself off the sidelines and into the game, because there's space for everybody. And I'm sure people always say, oh, the influencer industry is so crowded, so complicated. It's not that complicated, and it's actually not crowded. There's always space for someone like you, for your voice. There's always space for people who are ready to take action and split out the mold. Or even if you want to be in the mold, especially as long as you are doing it with your individual voice, there's always space for you. So that's the end of the video. If you have any questions, leave a question in the comments, or you could email me. My email is in the description. I am always willing to answer any questions anyone has, especially when it comes to marketing and influencing. I am always open to questions, especially from Nigerians, because Nigerians don't really get the credit they deserve. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe and hit the post notification so that you get notified every time I upload a video. That was a mouthful. Keep going and live beautifully. Until next time.